Shalom. It's the brother GMS Mayaka Yahweh. Uh, I'm a new brother at the camp for the GMS camp before Wayne. I've been learning under the brothers Aran and Yahweh Shapat, and I would like to start off this lesson by giving glory and praises due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who teach and rule well in these scriptures. To the brothers on the highways and byways pushing this truth and sincerity. To you I say shalom. Today I was going to do a lesson covering basically like Halloween and the the origins. Where does this wicked pagan holiday come from that Esau, the so-called white man, has pushed on the Israelites? Because one thing is that Esau will do all types of things to get hit money in his pocket or to just be wicked. These wealthy elites, man, they using Halloween, be buying all that candy, buying all these costumes. They're making a killing off of this, man. And I'm sure they're feeling all this evil, demonic presence with all these people doing this wicked holiday. And, they're getting ready to go to Bohemian Grove and sacrifice a baby or whatever type of nonsense these wicked Edomites are into, So that being said, let's get into All Saints Day. All Saints Day on May 13th, 609 AD, Pope Boniface IV dedicated the Pantheon in Rome in honor of all Christian martyrs, and the Catholic Feast of All Martyrs Day was established in the Western Church. Pope Gregory III later expanded the festival to include all saints as well as all martyrs, and moved the observance from May 13th to November 1st. So, as you can see, Pope Gregory III, he moved it on to a later date to November the 1st, which is where Halloween is actually almost, because Halloween in America today has been several significant changes to it, and for it to become Halloween. But anyway, by the 9th century, the influence of Christianity has spread into Celtic lands, where it gradually blended and supplanted older Celtic sites. In 1000 AD, the church made November 2nd All Souls Day, a day to honor the dead. It was widely believed today that the church was attempting to replace the Celtic festival of the dead with a related church-sanctioned holiday. So, as you can see, these people at the church, they made it into something else. You know what I'm saying? We get what these people do, man. All Saints Day. So it says here, All Saints Day, also known as All Hallows Day, Hallowmas, the Feast of Saints or Solemnity of All Saints, is a Christian festival celebrated in honor of the saints known and unknown. You know what I'm saying? And where did they get this holiday from? They got this from a holiday called Samhain, man. The ancient origins of Halloween. Halloween's origins date back to ancient Celtic festivals of Samhain, pronounced Samhain. The Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrate their New Year on November the 1st. This day marked the end of the summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that is often associated with human death. Cells believe that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain when it was believed that ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. And to add on to that, they would also believe that there was the portal from this world and the other world would make it easier for fairies to come over and all type of stuff. They would leave out cakes or bread that they would make and place them outside of their home to represent uh, giving it to the spirits, man. You know, these evil spirits that they worship. You know, and we're gonna prove that by bringing out this thing called the Wheel of the Year. It's an annual cycle of seasonal festivals observed by many modern pagans. You see what I'm saying? Of modern pagans, consistent of the year's chief solar events. You know, and this is what these people believe, man. And you know, us being Israelites, I'm gonna get a scripture for that right quick. So just bear with me. That we're not supposed to be doing this type of stuff. We are supposed to, you know, be in this truth, man. We don't get into all that, whatever Esau, the so-called white man, wants to do, man. He can do that if he wants to. That's completely fine. But we are not supposed to. And I'm going to get a scripture to prove that. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So, you know, just because you see the Moabites or whatever they do, or the Esau doing, you know, we're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they do, you know, they want to celebrate these wicked holidays of paganism and believing that fairies coming over to the earth or whatever they believe, man. It's just complete craziness, man. We don't follow that worshiping. You know, they want to worship these spirits, man. And you know, those of you that want to partake in that nonsense, you know, here's something for y'all too, man. Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, man. So, you know, you're not doing the work of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You know, you just want to do whatever you want to do, and you want to go off into the world, man. You know, that's not what we supposed to do. Our holiday is the Passover. We're going to see what the Most High has to say about that. You know, let me get scripture for that too as well. Hold on. Let me get the scripture for that. And you know, these people, they in Fort Wayne downtown, these two lesbian females, you know, was saying that they are hailing Satan, man. And you know, you got a bunch of dumb Edomites that was down there doing all types of crazy tricks in their cars, and you know, drifting or whatever it's called. And, you know, the Moabites was down there getting crazy, man. You know, this is just, it was crazy, man. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The whole streets was filled up to celebrate this, but you know, I don't see, and there was a lot of Israelites out there, but that don't, you know, they might not be in the truth, but you know, it's crazy how we'll go to celebrate this and go to the church, but you know, nobody do the will of the Most High, man, or the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You know, And this is proof of what our holiday is. Numbers 9:4. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month, at even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did the children of Israel. So you can clearly see there that we're not supposed to celebrate these wicked holidays that these people partake in, man. You know, our holiday is the Passover. You know, and I just proved that through scripture, man. You know, it doesn't make any sense that we would celebrate these holidays when our holiday is the Passover. We have people that's claiming our identity, and they done had bar mitzvahs, whatever they do. Okay, we keep the Passover, man. You know, not this other stuff. You know, that's for them. But part of this thing that they have of Samhain, which later on became All Saints Day through the Catholic Church, and then later on it comes to the Americas, it got flipped and changed, and it became Halloween. Well, look at this. See, here you have the wheel of the year. You have Yule, Imbolc, Ostara, Beltan, Litha, Lugnasad, Mabon, Samhain, right? But check it out. It has 8 sides on it, right? Further proving, right, that this is especially a demonic pagan holiday, so-called. So it has 8 stars, right? Well, what else has 8 stars on it? You know, Star of Ishtar does. And I'm going to show you this right here. This is the Star of Ishtar. How many sides does this one have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can clearly see that these people have been, you know, worshiping some type of, you know, these deities, man. The Star of Ishtar, or Star of Inanna, is a symbol of the ancient Sumerian goddess Inanna and her Semitic counterpart Ishtar. Alongside the lion, it was one of Ishtar's primary symbols because Ishtar was associated with the planet Venus. The star is also known as the Star of Venus. So, you know, they celebrate this stuff. And it also looks like the Star of Inanna. You know, really the same thing, you know. 8 sides to it. Just like the wheel of the year. You know how these people get down, man. And what bothers me the most is that these people will dress up and you know, they want to look like Egyptians when they do this holiday stuff, man. But let's see what it is to be said about these Egyptians. Hold on, let me get a scripture for that. You're going to see what the Most High says, what the Lord says, man. Bear with me. Hold on. Almost there. Exodus 12:12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And I was supposed to place that word Lord, but I said Lord, I was supposed to replace that. But you know, this is what they believe in, man. They choose to worship this demonic stuff, man. You know? And let me get, this is also what they want to dress up as. Witch costumes. This is what they want to do, man. I mean, this is just ridiculous, man. I can't even believe that. Look at this, man. People want to go and dress up like witches, man. Well, let's see what is to be said about that, you know? I'm going to get a scripture for that, too. Okay. 1931, Leviticus 19:31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your power. So as you can see, you know you're not supposed to be consulting these witches, man, or whatever is wicked. You know, and you know I'm gonna get another scripture for that. As well. Just to further prove the point. The King James Version, Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, has been used by, contemporary ordinary Christians or whatever, but I guess in Ghana, but that's not the point of what I was bringing it out for, not to bring out Ghana or whatever, but hold on. I'm going to read that again. This is Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So, we going off, man, celebrating these witches, man. And, another thing is jack-o'-lantern. Where does the jack-o'-lantern come from? Well, I'm about to break that down for you right now. Jack-o'-lantern comes from the story of a man named Stingy Jack. STINGYJACK. Stingy Jack. Who was a person who had made deals with Satan. And basically he was so sinful that he couldn't get into heaven or whatever. That was the story of the folklore. But when he went down to hell, or according to the folklore that they had for this event, he was so sinful that he couldn't even get into heaven. So the Most High sent him down to hell, but he already made deals with Satan, and he made another deal with him to save himself from being damned or whatever. And what he ended up doing was Satan banished him back to the earth and gave him charcoal in a carved out turnip. And that was, how jack-o'-lantern started, and he was forced to walk the face of the earth for eternity. Just with that turnip, and eventually it got switched out with using a pumpkin. So that these people are going around and they celebrating this nonsense. This is just, it's insane. But that's about it. End of the lesson. It's the brother GMS, Mayaka Yahweh. I want to give all praises and glory due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone who teach and rule well in the scriptures. To the brothers out pushing this truth and truth and sincerity on the highways and byways, to y'all I say shalom.